Hey, everybody, welcome to today's podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about what your body is actually trying to show you or tell you. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Weight Loss for Women Over 40. I am your host, Nikki T. So excited that you are here. If you are new to the channel, definitely go binge listen a bunch of the episodes. You will get an idea of what I'm all about, my method for losing weight, and it is very different than your mainstream weight loss. I used to teach all the dieters mentality crap back in the day when it was like, 1,200 calories and measure and weigh and count and do all that stuff and grueling workouts and, do or die kind of mentality. And it does work. However, it's not lasting. It doesn't last long term. And it doesn't last, I feel, for women over 40, especially because we're getting older. We're not 20. And I don't know about you, but I don't necessarily want to be 20. But I still want my body to feel amazing. I want to be able to eat the foods that I love. I want to go have a glass of wine if I want to have a glass of wine and still have the body that I love. So that is what I'm all about. It's based on mindsets first, then everything else. So there's no counting calories, there's no weighing, no food plans, meal plans, nothing like that. No grueling workouts either. So welcome on in. If you want more information, go head over to my website at weight loss for women over 40 at the end, .net. And while you're there, you can grab your free 5 reasons why you're not losing weight over 40. That is directly at the link of weight loss for women over 40.net/book. All right, so let's dive into today's topic. So, what's your body actually trying to tell you or show you? And what I find when I talk to women who are not working with me or they're coming in to start working with me is most women are just blaming their bodies, especially for carrying extra weight. Like, why am I carrying this around? I'm 40. All of a sudden have a stomach. All of a sudden I have this extra 10 pounds that I'm carrying around. And part of it, I feel, is societal expectations that we were taught at a young age. If you are familiar with how we're kind of imprinted as we grow up, we are taught certain belief systems. We're taught certain things. And I know for me, I remember hearing like, once you're over 40, it's all downhill. No, it's actually not. I'm heading into my 50, geez, I can't talk, 52nd year on this planet. And I just feel like life just keeps getting better and better and better. When you're carrying extra weight around, first of all, I want you to step away and just not stop judging yourself for carrying this extra weight. Because number one, a lot of the fitness industry and weight loss industry information out there is a bunch of BS. And it's just a loop to keep you sucked in to buy their product, buy their supplement, that kind of thing. Now, I'm not saying all of them are like that, but I'm just saying a majority of the things that I have seen over the years, it literally is just a way to hook you and keep you in their loop for the rest of your life or until you decide to go jump to another program. So you have been conditioned, we've all been conditioned to think that when you hit 40, it's all downhill. But I also want to offer too that if you're carrying around extra weight, a lot of times it is some emotional baggage that you're carrying around. It could be traumas from your past. And when I say traumas, I mean, because trauma is like this buzzword now. Trauma in the sense of there are macro traumas, like the big traumas, but there's also little micro traumas that I don't think a lot of us are aware that they're even traumatic for us. I know for me, there were some personal things that had gone on in my life, and I didn't realize that that was actually like abuse. That was abusive, verbal, and emotional abuse. And the fact that we aren't taught this at a young age is alarming to me because honestly, I thought I grew up in a great household and I was in the ballet world and I thought that was all great and wonderful. I thought my marriage was amazing. And then I realized that a lot of the things from my past were traumatic. They're very traumatic. And of course, that creates the person that we are today. So your being that you are currently is based on all the patterns and all the traumas and all the belief systems that you have gathered through your life. And some of them are absolutely serving you. So I don't want to discount that. But there's a lot of them that are holding you back from getting the goals and the dreams that you want. So when I talk about traumas, yes, big traumas, but there's also these little underlying traumas that we're not even aware of. And what I am finding now is that when you are holding on to weight, there's something that needs to be healed. There's something that needs to be taken care of, right? You're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. If you have a goal of losing weight or getting to a body that you enjoy and love, and you're struggling, there's something holding you back. There's something, whether it's a belief system, whether it's a thought pattern, something like that is not allowing you to release that weight. So how does this all intertwine? Because most people think if they just eat less and move more, their body's going to change. And guess what? That is true. But what happens is people immediately go to the food and the exercise, but they haven't addressed what's going on between your ears. And again, this is what your decision-making process is set up for. If you've heard me talk on the podcast before, it's like our brain is like a supercomputer and that has a filing system. So when this circumstance or this external trigger comes up, we immediately pull out a file, plug it in, and play. We don't actually investigate of like, did that work last time? Because your brain's like, no, this is really efficient. This is kind of how we got our sort of results, and we're going to do it again. If you are in that loop, right? So if you're somebody who is like, oh my gosh, I want to lose weight, I'm going to go find a diet. And then you do a diet for 12 weeks and you lose some weight. And then you stop the diet for whatever reason. Then you're like, holy crap, I gained another 10 pounds. I got to go find a diet. Like that is the loop that will keep you stuck for the rest of your life. So again, remember, it's literally your brain is just pulling out a file, plugging it in, and running with it because it thinks, and again, outside conditioning, the fitness and weight loss industry keeps telling you, you just need a diet, just need a diet. So again, it's based on what is going on between your ears. So if you're immediately going to a diet and workout, you've missed the starting line. That's like the middle of the journey. You need to start in the starting line. The starting line starts between your ears. It's what's going on in your head. It's what you're thinking about. It's what your belief systems are, all that. So the other thing too is if you are on a diet or you're doing some kind of quick fix program and you truly hate it, like hate doing it, meaning you are forcing yourself, and you have this like tape playing in your head, like, oh my gosh, it's only for 12 weeks. I can do it for 12 weeks. I have that reunion coming up. I have this cruise that we're going on, right? You haven't done the inner work. When you're in this, like, I want to almost say it's like a chunk of time of like, I'll do this for a little bit. And then you don't actually really solve the issue because again, you're just like slapping band-aids on what's going on. You have to dive into the inner work. You have to dive into what's going on. The inner work is how you have sustainable and lasting weight loss. Or better said, you get to live in the body of your choosing. When you do the inner work, you get to live in the body of your choosing. So your body is trying to signal you. If you're overweight, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever, and you feel like you want to get to a different body type or a smaller version of you, whatever you want to call it, leaner, healthier, and you're not getting there, you need some healing. There's something going on in there that needs to be healed. Maybe we use this as an example. So maybe you have a running thought that you're not good enough. And if that's the case, what you're driving on is going to look like this. You're going to be looking for outside validation. You're going to be people pleasing. You will constantly be striving for perfection. That could be in your looks, in your body, in your material life. Everything you do will never get you to good enough. So if you're the type of person that is the carrot person, carrot and stick analogy, and you constantly are looking for awards, you're constantly looking for the next 5K race, the next Spartan race, whatever it is, this next level thing, right? You are operating from a not good enough, meaning you want to achieve this thing. And then when you get there, you're like, oh, okay, yay, me. Now on to the next thing, right? When it's being driven by not good enough, you will always be chasing that carrot. Now, there's a difference between someone who is feeling great about themselves and they're like, ooh, that race sounds fun. I would love to do that just for fun. I would love to complete a Spartan. I would love to, whatever it is, whatever that carrot is, that's a different story. But if you're running on I'm not good enough and you're constantly trying to get that next award, that next level, right? You're going to be chasing that for a very long time because you're not doing the inner work. Because you're chasing something that you already have, you're never going to get it. You were good enough when you came onto this planet. When you were born, you were good enough. Actually, you were more than good enough. You were worthy the day you came on this planet, right? So when you do things, when you go after things because it lights you up, not because you want to feel like you matter, that's really a very big distinction. And it's because you already matter. You can't achieve something and be like, oh, I'm important now. No, you have to have that solidified in your inner work from the beginning. So, going after that ideal body, whatever that looks like for you, I really want you to question why. Now, I remember when why came out, meaning it was like you had this thought and it was like, go another level and ask yourself why, and then go another level and ask yourself why. And I think that's important, but I don't think you actually get deep enough into the why. Because if you say you want to lose weight and you're like, yes, this is the body I want, and you ask yourself why, first of all, there'll be a bunch of superficial, like fluffy things like, of course, I want to be healthy. I want to be there for my kids. I want to be there for my husband. I want to live a healthy lifestyle. Now, these are like nice things to say, right? But when you really dig deeper, it's like, what does it truly mean to you to achieve that body? Because, yeah, it might be important for you to achieve that body and you get to hang out with your grandkids or your kids and that kind of thing. And yes, that could have a deep meaning for you. But when you reflected on yourself, like, why are you looking for that lean body? What is it about you that once you're there, you're like, yes, because whatever that lean body is in your mind, you're making it mean something about you. So now going back to what I just said, it's about the carrot person. It's different when you are going for that lean body or that healthy, smaller version of physical version of you, when it's being driven by like, ooh, I'm really curious as to how my body feels when I am that size. Or how do I play pickleball even better? Those kind of things, as opposed to I'm not good enough now as I am 20, 50, 100 pounds overweight, and I need to be better because I need to be a smaller version of who I am. That is very different operating. So again, this goes back to why I say the starting line is in your brain. So dive into, what does it truly mean when you achieve that body? What does it mean to you about you? Stop tying your worthiness into something, into that body that you want. Go after that body because you want to feel amazing physically. Go after it because you were given this vessel, whatever you believe in, right? You were given this body and you are the caretaker of it. You are your body's keeper. If this was your full-time job, keeping the body in place all day long, 24/7, if that was your job, would you get fired? I guarantee you most of us would get fired, right? Take care of your body as you would a newborn infant. You don't just leave the newborn infant and let it fend for itself. You take care of that newborn infant, right? Same thing with your body. It's your property. You get to decide how you want to take care of it. So here are some ways to get in touch with your body. So the first thing is having the separation of self. So meaning when you are observing your thoughts that are running through your head like a ticker tape, know that your thoughts are not you. They're just random thoughts running through your head. And ask yourself, I've always wondered this, like, where do our thoughts come from? Why do they appear in our head? It's probably a whole nother topic, but ask yourself, like, why are there thoughts running through your head, right? But so when you can look at your thoughts as separate thoughts, like I literally can imagine like a ticker tape, like in New York, right? Looking at the sign of the ticker tape of the stock market. I am not those stocks that are running across that ticker tape, right? But I can see them and I can read them, but they're not me. It's the same thing with your thoughts. Your thoughts are not you because you get to decide who you are. This may be very heady for some of you guys, but listen to this over and over and over if you have to. When you can separate yourself from your thoughts, then you can get curious. Then you can start observe. And when you separate, you have to be in a neutral zone. You cannot judge, you cannot shame yourself. So as you're seeing the thoughts through your mind, like, so say, for instance, the thought comes up, oh, I think I need to lose 20 pounds, right? Without judgment, without getting into the weeds about it, you can rationally make a decision. Okay, does that thought really apply to me? What do I want to do about that thought, right? Because then immediately another thought will come in of like, I'm not good enough. I can't lose weight. I haven't lost weight in 40 years. I keep trying over and over and over again, and it never works, right? Once we start going into that dialogue, all of a sudden the emotions start kicking in. Holy crap, I suck. I haven't been able to lose weight over no matter what I try. I must suck. I'm not good enough. When you can separate that and look at them of like, oh, that's interesting. Why do I think that I suck? Because I clearly don't suck. I'm an awesome human being, and I'm more than enough. I'm worthy because I am, because I exist. When you can separate yourself like that, that's where the traction starts happening. The next thing is appreciating your body, like the physicality of your body. Now, if you are 20, 50, 100, 200 pounds overweight, really having that appreciation for your body, because carrying the extra weight, your body's strong. Your body is strong for carrying around that extra weight. And again, it goes back to protecting, but knowing that, look at your legs. I am so grateful that I have legs. They take me from A to B. They get me from my house to my car, to my work, to my friends, to my family. I get to move in this body. When I reach up in the cabinet, my arm does what it's supposed to do. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get you. We don't think of all this stuff too on like a really micro level of like, so when I get done recording this podcast, I'm gonna go make us a cup of coffee. I don't have to think about that much because I've made it so many times, my limbs know exactly what to do. How amazing is that? How efficient is our brain? So looking and focusing on your body of what the amazing things it can do, start there. And for now, if you're new to this, skip over the things that you don't like for now. Just focus on the things you like. And if it's like one eyelash on your right eye, stick with that. The next is positive reinforcement. So again, it's looking at yourself from a positive perspective. And again, when you're in this, I can't tell you how many clients I work with that it's just like white noise. They don't even realize the negativity that's swirling around them at all times. And again, it's kind of how we grow up. If you follow me on my social media, I posted a reel about not social media, about the news being so negative, and we're living in this scarcity and lack society. And that is generally where we're making decisions from. What if we made decisions from abundance and gratitude? How amazing would the world be then? So start with positive self-perception and reinforce that on a daily basis. So anytime you have a negative thought about yourself, just switch it. And it doesn't have to be like, so say, I always bring up my thighs, right? So I always say, if I hated my thighs, which I don't necessarily anymore, but if I hated my thighs, I can't go to, oh my gosh, my thighs are the best. I love them. No, can't do that. But I can go, I have thighs. They help me sit. I can put things on my lap because I have thighs, right? Go to that space. And if you can have fun with this, even better. All right. So I hope this was super helpful for you. Just remember the starting line is always, always going to be between those beautiful ears of yours, and then everything will fall into place. And if you need help with this, I highly, highly, highly recommend you get into my program. Go for the big one, Master Your Mind, Change Your Body. It is amazing, amazing program. You can find it at weightlossforwomen over40.net/group, GROUP at the end. Check it out. There's so much in there that I would spend an hour telling you everything. So just go there and check it out. And if you have any questions, hop on over to Instagram and you can message me there. And happy to answer any questions. If you are not quite ready to make the leap into a full program, go grab my Crush Your Cravings course. It is only $7 right now, and that price is going to go back up to its regular price very soon. Grab that. You will not be disappointed. It is not a typical cravings course. It's not like, oh, let's swap out some food and change your habits and things out like that. No, it's none of that fitness hoo-ha, that dieter's mentality hoo-ha. Grab it is $7. Again, it's only going to be $7 for a little bit more. So make sure you go over and grab it, and you can get it at weightlossforwomen over40.net/crush, CRUSH. All right. That is all for me today. Have a wonderful day. Please listen to this podcast a couple times because I think it's going to ingrain a little bit different every time you listen to it. Hope it was super helpful. Share it with a friend. Make sure you are following or subscribing wherever you are listening to this. And let me tell you, I truly, truly appreciate you being here. Truly appreciate you letting me do my mission because I am so fired up about this, helping women over 40 lose weight for the last time, because nobody has to hate themselves skinny. It's a miserable place to feel like that, and I don't want anybody to feel like that. So thank you again for helping me do what I love, and in return helping you. So have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon.